Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's MTPredictor video, I would like to follow up on some analysis I was doing on some longer term charts in our training webinar for customers last Tuesday. So this was the analysis I was doing live to our customers basically last Tuesday. Just wanted to show MTPredictor. This is our new MTPredictor version 8 that should be coming out fairly soon, and just showing it using end of day data in metastock format on our PC, because normally I do quite a lot of videos on short-term charts, so this time I wanted to show our standalone version using purely end-of-day data with an end-of-day metastock source. I normally use Norgate as our data source, but I wanted just to go through the analysis and just show you how the markets have unfolded in the last few days. Let's start with the SPY, the spiders. As you can see, we had a very sharp down day on Friday. You can see here. So I wanted just to update you on the analysis I was doing for our customers only on Tuesday. Remember, this was done on Tuesday, which was back on, what date was it on Tuesday? Tuesday was the 6th, so it was back here where the cursor was. It was back when the market was right up in this decision point level here. So let's just clear all this lot off. And what I did was I went to the weekly chart. This is the daily chart of spiders on the SPY. Weekly chart here, and I went back to the last major high, which was here. I right mouse click, place the decision point on. This is on a weekly chart now, and I was talking about that the SPY was right up here in its major weekly decision point resistance area. So what I was saying was, on your daily analysis, you should be favouring the short side of the market. In other words, you should be looking for sell setups. And I'll have a look at a particular stock that I highlighted as well from the scanner in a minute. So let's also have a look at diamonds. Here's DIA. There's our major resistance coming in there. You can also see that we actually had a DP sell on the daily chart on diamonds, came in a while ago, back on the 16th of August. You can also see that our new MTP trend indicator was grey or black at the time, indicating no particular trend, and therefore was allowing you to take short trades. And as you can see, the signal came the day after the high on the 15th. So our sell setup came in on the 16th of August. And with a sharp decline yesterday, which was Friday, diamonds has now reached the first profit target there, where a profit of approximately 3.4 hours available. Here I'm risking 0.5%, 0.5% on a sample $20,000 account. So far we had the SPY coming in at major weekly resistance over the last few weeks. We've been talking about this to our MTPredictor customers for quite a while now. Diamonds, exactly the same. The DIA, we've actually been in major weekly resistance for a while as well, and then also got that sell set up. Let's have a look at the QQQ, and what I'll do is if I clear that all off, I'll go to the weekly chart and show you what I did there. Go back to that pivot high, right mouse click, decision point. Can you see how that was on the chart? Remember, these decision points are leading indicators. They're on the chart in advance, so even before the market got there, right the way back here on a weekly chart, right at the beginning of the year here, as the market was rallying up, you knew that this was an area of major resistance. So let's now go down to the daily chart. You can see it tagged that high just about back in there at the beginning of August, and as you see, the market's been down since. So the point I was making to my customers is that both the SPY, the DIA and the QQQ have been in weekly or major resistance for quite a while, and therefore indicating that a potential high was coming in. So what I did on Tuesday, remember this was actually back on Tuesday, which was on the 6th, which is where my cursor is there, so it was before this fall happened. I just did a scan on the NASDAQ 100 and came up with some sell setups. If I go to our first chart here, this was one that I looked at in particular. You can see it actually had a TS3 sell setup. If I scroll along here, it was ADP. This is one I looked at. It was also on a red MTP trend, so it's with the MTP trend and also with the potential decline coming off the main indices. As you can see, market actually came in on open here, gap below the entry level. So this was a good example to show what to do when a market gaps beyond your entry level, because obviously you want to control your risk. And this is where it's great to be able to grab and drag these risk reward lines to be able to see where your stops are, because obviously the market didn't enter you at 19.05. It entered you on the open of that day there, which was actually 89.72. So you can grab this, drag it down to the entry level, which was about there. So you have two choices now. You can either sell less shares and accept a slightly smaller risk reward, because obviously the less number of shares, or the risk reward is still be the same, but a smaller profit because you have less shares. Or if you get a gap open, you can then drag your stop line to bring that back down to then bring your shares back to the same level. So I'll just show you what I'm doing here. If I right mouse click, do analysis, it was telling you to go short 105 shares at 90.05, but the entry was actually down here 89.72, I think it was. But rather than going short 80 shares, what you can do is then bring this back down to then come back up to, whoops, my mouse isn't very good here, 105 shares there, and you can see you've just lowered your entry stop level, but it means that you've kept your initial risk the same. This is what successful trading is all about. It's about keeping your risks or your losses constant. And this is a good way of doing this with our draggable entry and stop lines and our risk reward tool, because it allows you to take basically allows you to adjust when you get a gap open like this. So the market declined nicely on Friday, and you can see we're heading to the first target there, where a profit of approximately 3 to 4R or 4R would be available. So that was nice, because I showed that actually on this day here, which was the 6th of September, so actually before that market actually opened, and actually showed you that at the particular time. There was another one as well that I was looking at. Where was that other one? This DP sell 4 bars ago. I was also looking at QCOM as well. I was looking at this DP sell again on our black new MTP trend indicator. So it was a setup that you would have been able to take. If I right mouse click, do the analysis, this would have come in quite nicely and is now heading down to our first profit target very nicely indeed. Very nice TS4 buy setup there, by the way, to catch the rally up in there. So this is what I wanted to do today, is I wanted to do a video showing you our MTPredictor standalone version, in this case our new version 8 that's coming out very soon, and showing you on longer term charts, on daily and weekly charts, in particular just scanning of metastock format data files on your hard drive, and in particular looking at how these markets have moved in the light of Friday's sharp decline, following up on the analysis that I was doing to our customers back on the 6th of September, which again was where the cursor was there. So it's before the market actually fell there. And as you can see, it actually turned out nicely, because I was highlighting to our customers that the SPY was in weekly major resistance. Therefore, the most likely move was on the downside. Diamonds exactly the same. QQQ exactly the same, and then had a look at some sell setups on individual stocks, QCOM in particular and ADP in particular, and as you can see, both of those have now entered short trades and are moving in the anticipated direction very nicely indeed.